Another good expression is, don't move your head. Oh yes, back to the don't lift you lifted your head. If you want to help somebody, go to address the problem so that people think, well, we lifted my head. All right, so what do I do? Swing, keep my head down. Draw attention to where the problem occurred. Now, don't move your head. This has been used by an innocent helper on the golf course. And somebody who doesn't know much about body or body movement, they take that to heart. I remember one man back in my home course in Manitoba. I saw him lining up to hit a ball, and he was, every muscle in his neck was tight and his head was just quivering, and he tried to swing. He had no swing. Dumped the ball in the river. Well, I wasn't teaching golf at the time, but I was a phys ed teacher from grades 1 to grade 9, and I knew that what he was trying to do was wrong. So I just threw out a suggestion. I just said, whatever you do, just let yourself just go relax here, relax those muscles, and just do 2 turns. And let the turns whip the club around. Well, he just relaxed right away, boom, on the green, about 90 yards away. And I got invited to some of his house parties afterwards, so he appreciated it. Terminology was wrongly used for this man, and nobody suggested what to do, so he misapplied it. Another thing is, and the problem I had as a beginner was wandering hips. My hips were moving. I put a video on this on my YouTube website many years ago about firm your ankles, and that locks your hips in place while you're turning. Yes, I even suggested curl your toes out. And that's on that video. It's a poor quality video. It was done in a house where I was dog sitting. Well, somebody found that, and they ridiculed it, made all kinds of fun. Well, I might be ridiculed about what I'm telling you folks in these videos, but I'm a free person. I've made discoveries. I'm going to tell you, and you can make your decision. Don't discourage people by negative feedback. People want to know that they will be free to do a video of their own on something in a different topic. You will discourage yourself from doing videos if you throw out negative comments to those who are making videos. In the takeaway turn, I saw this years ago and I'm still seeing it today. The argument is, I'm a left-hander, so think of the right, my right shoulder, your left shoulder if you're right-handed. Push it under the chin. Push it down and under your face or chin. To do this, you tighten up muscles, pushing muscles, which have to be involved in the return swing. But if you've got them all bunched up, you've got to unbunch them before you can swing through the ball. I came up with an idea. I'd never heard it before, so it's my idea. If somebody says they've done it, then I will acknowledge it. But my idea was just simply, I laughed with my students about it. Says, for right-handers, use your right kidney muscle to pull your right shoulder in a straight line along your foot line to start your takeaway. I'll show it to the left-hander. So relaxing, and these muscles that have to be involved in this return motion are doing their proper stretch, ready to swing. But if you're pushing with that side to push the shoulder under, you've got to undo that. You're starting from a tightened, almost immobile position to do a return swing. I give lots of instruction on other videos about how to do your takeaway turn. Another thing I see a lot of people do is when they're taking the club is they pull with this arm way across their body. Well, they're all bunched up and tightened in here, and this muscle in the back that's going to be involved with whipping down is stretched to the limit across your body. And muscles in the back of this shoulder are pulling. The simplest solution for that is you start off in this position, and then in your takeaway, you're still in that position. You don't need to be way back here thinking you're powerful. What you want to do is simply get into a comfortable position ready. It's in the return swing, the turn, that you get whip, flex, snap. That's where your power will come from. You don't need to feel powerful taking the club away. I see a lot of golfers, some very good golfers, the first thing they'll do in their takeaway, or they'll time it with their shoulder turn, is a hand turn. See how this takes you up, you're in posture, and then immediately you go out of posture in your arms, and both arms are go out of alignment. And why? Because when you get to here, you have to bring them back again. So just do a one-piece takeaway, and you get to that wonderful position that I've seen teaching pros talk about. As soon as you do this, you've got to undo that in your takeaway. And the other thing about this is the faster you do a turn, and the faster you do this, you're going to have timing trouble. And I've seen some of the top golfers hit duck hooks just out of nowhere after playing maybe about 10 holes, beautiful drives, and then all of a sudden this duck hook comes, or sprayed off to the side, because they had two rapid turns, the turn of the body and the turn of the hands, and their timing, they just couldn't get the timing synchronized. Simple position of the takeaway. The power comes in the return, the turn back, the whip, or the flex, snap. Firm body, firm arms. Manipulating does not work. It's a weak movement. Timing will be off. You can't judge this turn and how much of a hand turn to do. Keep everything in line. Turn, flex, delay, snap. Everything, it goes very well that way. For beginners especially, that's all they need.